Hey guys, what is up? I know it's been a while since I've posted a video on here, and if you watch my channel and my YouTube videos regularly, I apologize for dropping off the face of the earth in the past 3 months, or at least the face of YouTube. So there's a few reasons for this. I kind of hit a point, and I wanted to make this video as kind of like a channel update because there's a lot of things changing on here, but also a bit of a life update because I feel like I keep my personal life out of my videos a lot, and I want to change that moving forward, and I want to start to kind of intertwine my own experiences into my videos more. So let's go back into what's been going on in the past 3 months. So first of all, I work in a bar slash restaurant. Well, I did until a couple days ago, but I was working in a bar restaurant for the past 2 years here in Austria. And during this whole coronavirus crisis, we've obviously had a lot of lockdowns in Austria, and the first thing to close and the last thing to reopen was gastronomy. So I had a lot of months, almost about 10 months in total, where I wasn't working and where I was in lockdown, in my apartment by myself. And what I found is the first half of that lockdown, I was like going full blown into trying to get my business off the ground, trying to like get together my life coaching program, get together my YouTube channel, put videos out there, build my website. So actually the first few months of that lockdown were like extremely productive for me, and I got so much done. Funny enough though, after I launched my website, because I've been spending so many months working towards the launch of my website, whenever I launched it, I just hit a wall, and I feel like I was faced with parts of myself that I thought I had worked through. And when I say parts of myself, I mean like things from my past that I thought I had worked through. Things and limiting beliefs that I still carried with me subconsciously. And I actually hit this wall, and I instantly knew, okay, this is my lack of self-belief getting in the way. This is my mind telling me I'm not good enough. Who am I to do this? This is imposter syndrome kicking in. And when that kicked in, it kicked in like full blown, and it turned into a bit of a downward spiral. Now, I think the fact that I was living by myself, I'd spent so much time by myself, I was, working towards that pinnacle moment, and then when that moment came, nothing happened. And I was sort of like, okay, like how do I move forward from here? And I really believe that we go through these phases in life where we might be really, really, really productive on the outside, but then we go through phases where we gotta set everything down on the outside. We have to set everything physically down around us. We might not be able to tick off our to-do list every day and be as productive as we'd like to be. Because sometimes we have to be productive on the inside. Sometimes we have to work through the things inside us that are holding us back from stepping into the role that we're trying to fulfill, or growing into, into the things that we're trying to achieve. So if you don't do your inner work, that will eventually hold you back, and you're going to reach a point where you're forced to look at that and forced to work through that. So for me, the past 3 months was really all about that. And I kind of went through this period of diving deep into my past traumas, diving deep into where in my life certain beliefs had been planted. And as a result of what I had basically witnessed growing up and what was displayed to me and presented to me and demonstrated to me, what I took on from that, and in terms of like my boundaries. So I didn't learn how to set strict boundaries. And I'm an empath, so it's important to have boundaries no matter who you are, no matter how extroverted or introverted or unempathic or empathic you are. Everybody should learn to have healthy boundaries, because the minute you don't have healthy boundaries, you're going to allow and accept things into your life that don't serve you or allow you to meet your needs. And also your needs to reach your goals, okay? So I actually got a therapist to help me understand all these dynamics that were coming up for the past and the traumas I'd been through throughout my kind of like adolescent years and early 20s. And I really started to notice that I don't have boundaries. Like, I never set boundaries for myself. So I always allowed people to step over what would have been my boundary because my boundary didn't exist. So that way I was allowing myself to get emotionally misused, taken advantage of, and just give too much to certain people that didn't deserve that didn't deserve my time. So as I progressed through my counseling, as I started working through all this stuff, I also, cheers, accept myself and the things I've been through, but also to embrace who I am now and the fact that I am an empath, and my journey might be a little bit different than people who aren't empaths or aren't highly sensitive. And I started to really explore the strengths of being an empath. And with that, I really started to kind of open the door to my intuitive abilities. We all have intuitive abilities. Highly sensitive people and empaths tend to be a bit more open to it or a bit more developed, but everybody has the ability. So we all have the ability to develop our intuition to a point where we can actually carry out psychic readings, or whatever you want to call them, but I'm just going to stick with psychic readings, okay? Because we all know what it means to be psychic. And I basically started practicing tarot card readings firstly, and then I started using my intuition more. So if you guys don't know what tarot cards are what you would describe as a divination tool. And divination tools are used in a way to communicate or receive guidance or to translate, I will say used as a tool to translate guidance into a more physical form for us to understand. Because when we're trying to access that higher guidance, when we're trying to receive information from a higher source of communication, it can be very difficult because we're very used to using our physical senses in a very physical way. So whenever you are receiving information without any tools, you really need to focus on attuning yourself and honing in and really developing that sense before you're able to kind of distinguish with what is your imagined perception or what is actually information that you're receiving. So anyway, basically I started tarot card readings. I started developing my abilities without the tarot cards, and then I kind of practiced a bit in the mediumship realm. And mediumship is when you've actually connected and you're actually actively communicating with people who have crossed over, so people who have passed away. And all of this happened during lockdown. And I became like extremely sensitive to energies because I live by myself. So I'm spending all this time in my own energy. I'm tuning in to this higher communication. I'm doing these mediumship readings. I'm connecting with people who have passed over and sending messages to their loved ones on earth. And through all this, I realized like this is part of my calling. So all of this is part of my calling. And as an empath, I need to embrace these abilities more. Like the fact that I've developed these abilities, I need to incorporate them into my work as a coach more. And it's funny because I actually had hit this roadblock after launching my website, but then I received all this new information. I received all this guidance about what direction I need to go. And I've realized that this change that's happened within myself, this new acknowledgement of like my path as an empath, and also developing my intuition more, and kind of learning how I'm affected in certain ways that other people who aren't as attuned might not be affected. It's made me realize that these changes that have happened within myself are also gonna apply to the videos that I make moving forward. So I've actually decided, I quit my job because working in a bar became too overwhelming for me, because I was just bombarded with all these different energies and I wasn't like prepared for it energetically. My energetic shield was so thin because I'd spent so much time on my own. I'd spent so much time like sort of protected and not around people physically, that when I went back to work, I became completely overwhelmed. And yeah, funnily enough, after a few weeks in work, I actually lost my ability to connect and communicate on that level. So I realized, okay, this is getting in the way of me being able to develop in the way that I'm supposed to, the way I feel called to. So I did leave my job after 2 years, and I also realized it's time for me to go home for a few months. So I've been living in Austria for the past 2 years. I love it here. I have amazing friends here. It is such a beautiful country, but my heart is just like calling me to go home right now. So I feel like I have to spend a few months at home. I'm going to move back to Northern Ireland and really focus my energy on building up this channel, focus my energy on developing and kickstarting my business now, because I'm ready, I have the clarity, and I know where I want to go. So anyway guys, I actually came on here to tell you that my videos are now going to be more directed towards highly sensitive people and empaths. And the reason for this is because I can just relate to that on a very, very personal level. So I feel like the more personally I can relate to my videos and the topics in my videos and my audience, the more authentic my channel is going to be, the more I can help a specific person. And I feel like there's not so many channels directed at highly sensitive people, empaths. So if I can offer value, if I can help people to overcome the challenges of being highly sensitive, to overcome the challenges of discovering your abilities and developing your abilities, and to use them as a strength and not a weakness, then I feel like I've done my part. So that is kind of the direction that I'm going with my life right now, and also with my channel. But don't worry, I'm still going to make content that is going to apply to everybody. You don't have to be a highly sensitive person, you don't have to be an empath, you don't have to really want to develop your intuitive abilities or be a light worker to enjoy my videos. However, this channel will be more directed generally towards that audience. So that is really me just showing my face again, explaining what's been going on, giving you a life update, giving you a channel update. So my plan is now really to start posting regularly again. I don't know if I'll be able to do that straight away. I think I might ease into it just so I don't overwhelm myself with responsibility, overwhelm myself with the pressure to post a video every week, but my goal is to work to that point again. I've kind of been taking it easy, working on looking after myself, filling my cup back up before I give too much. But yeah, that is my plan. So this channel is still up and running. This channel is just getting started, and my videos are now going to be more directed to those of you on your spiritual journey, wanting to develop your spiritual abilities, also wanting to understand how to thrive as a highly sensitive person or an empath. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look so forward to seeing you in my upcoming videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are interested in the topics I've discussed. And I wish you an awesome rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye guys.